There's been a major question throughout the Trump campaign and administration. And that question is, how easily influenced is Donald Trump, right? How easily is he convincible of whatever? And often, we've kind of joked about it, but it's a serious thing. It seems like Trump will totally flip his point of view on an issue, sort of like if someone tells him 5 minutes before he's interviewed about something, he'll just go with what someone told him 5 minutes ago, right? Pharma prices, pharmaceutical drug prices is a good example. The entire campaign, Trump talked about lowering drug prices by negotiating with Big Pharma, blah, blah, blah. He gets elected. He meets with Big Pharma executives and lobbyists. He comes out of that meeting. He's all of a sudden no longer interested in negotiating with drug companies like he had been saying for months and months during the campaign. Lots of these examples. Former chief propagandist, that's what I call him. I think his official role was chief advisor.
Chief strategist.
Chief strategist to Trump. Yeah, Steve Bannon. Former chief propagandist of the White House, Steve Bannon, who's back running Breitbart now, has admitted that, yeah, Trump can be convinced to do stuff that's not actually in his best interest. Monday night, Bannon was interviewed by Fox News' Sean Hannity, and he said when it comes to supporting Luther Strange in the Alabama Republican primary, which I just told you did not go Strange's way and thus did not go Trump's way, Bannon said, yeah, Trump was sort of convinced into supporting Luther Strange. And let's listen to it and pay attention to the language that Bannon uses here.
This is not about debating the issues. They try to destroy Donald Trump. The same gang that's going after Roy Moore is the same gang that went after Donald Trump. And I got to tell you, I think it's sometime later after tomorrow, a real, review has to be done of how President Trump got the wrong information and came down on the wrong side of the football here, because I agree with you. I love Mo Brooks, and I was really shocked to see Mo Brooks not get into the second round.
Okay, so what's Bannon saying? Let's put it up on the screen because I want to point to some specific words here and we can sort of think about what they mean. How President Trump got the wrong information and came down on the wrong side of the football here. This is the President of the United States. He is the person who has access to all the information if he wants it. If Trump is getting what Bannon calls the wrong information, it's because he's either being deliberately manipulated, strategically manipulated, or he's just ignorant, which is also not a great case to be making about the President of the United States. So the core of this argument is, if Steve Bannon is saying, well, Trump was given particular information to get him to support Luther Strange, despite the fact that he should have supported someone else, that means Trump is capable of being duped or tricked merely by fine-tuning the information that someone presents to him. If it's possible to get Trump to support the wrong guy this easily just by saying, hey, let's give Trump this information, and then he'll support the person we want him to support instead of who he should be supporting, according to Steve Bannon, that means that Trump lacks the cognitive ability to really figure it out for himself.
And it's interesting to see Steve Bannon still being deferential or at least respectful to President Trump.
Yeah.
Because maybe he wants to keep his doors open, keep his options open, and maybe be the guy who'd give him the right information at some point. I mean, Breitbart's been running a lot of negative headlines, but I think he still wants access.
Oh, I think he definitely does. And he claimed in that first interview he did after leaving the White House that he is still going to be fighting for whatever he identifies as the Trump agenda or something like that. So, yeah, Steve Bannon might have his own reasons for using the words he used, which we have to read between the lines on, instead of just saying, you put someone in the room with Trump and they can convince him of anything, because that's not going to really play that well. Not surprising, right? The only surprising thing to me is that Steve Bannon is even willing to admit it in this way. Trump is duped constantly, right? Trump is duped all the time. Trump's voters were duped by Trump. They were promised everything from, pick your list, right? I mean, tax cuts for the rich, to a repeal of Obamacare with a replacement that's going to be beautiful, to a wall that Mexico would pay for, to renegotiated trade deals that would be great for everybody. None of it's happening, and I don't know that any of it is close to happening. Today, Trump is giving a speech about the tax plan. We don't know if there will be like a specific timeline outline there. This is the era of the dupe, and to candidate, like supporter, like candidate, right? Trump easily duped, and also the duper of his own supporters.
Well, I just wonder if because Trump has such a diverse cabinet. You know, you have military generals, you have establishment folks in there, and then you have the outsiders. Whenever he makes a decision, he's going to let some of these people down. So the people who get let down turn around and say, well, we got duped on this one. I mean, there's just so many different people he has to appeal to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one wing is the insiders that are increasingly out. Like, who's left for insiders? Jeff Sessions is still there. Reince is out, and Spicer's
John Kelly,
out.
if you want to throw him in there, I guess.
Is he? I guess he's
Military.
kind of, well, military, yeah, right. The military wing, not necessarily the Republican insider wing. So yeah, I think that's a factor, that when you have such a haphazard lack of actual deep political philosophy, why wouldn't Trump just go with what the last person told him that sounds good? After all, he doesn't really have opinions about a lot of these things anyway. He never has. Discuss this with us on our Reddit discussion forum, davidpakman.com/REDDIT. We'll take a break. The first part of my interview with Elizabeth Colbert coming up next. Stay tuned for that. Going to be fantastic. Today's program is made possible in part by Blue Sky Binary. Forex trading, major space, millions of traders trading Forex around the world. 80% of them lose money. You need to understand basic proper money management rules. You need to understand how to avoid getting emotional in your trading. You need to have the appropriate base of knowledge for Forex trading. And Blue Sky Binary's education course provides exactly that. Blue Sky Binary is a leading financial education and tech company. They focus on FX, and they've got senior traders with real trading experience offering a structured and self-paced course. And that includes video on demand. It includes online tests, one-to-one education sessions, access to their community of traders to exchange knowledge and experience. And my viewers and listeners can register right now at blueskybinary.com/David to get a 1-week free trial, which includes not only access to their platform and training materials, but also a session with a senior trader to get you up to speed on the basics of Forex trading. Continue as long as you want for $99.99 a month after that. Stop, cancel, resume as you wish. You can get the 1-week free trial at blueskybinary.com/David.